Hello, everyone. Joanne here. I wanted to let you know that we are saddened to hear yet another innocent Black life taken away unfairly at the hands of the police, who are supposed to protect and serve. His name was Tyre Nichols. We believe in using our platform to stand up for what's right, and we're going to do the show today, but it's going to be difficult because my heart is broken for Tyre's family. We hope that this episode can help you learn how and what we can do to seize police brutality and the unfair justice that has been going on historically as it disproportionately affects the lives of African Americans. We hope that you enjoy today's episode and to know that we stand with Tyree's family. This week on the Bubble Chat.
First of all, it's just a nightmare. And of course, the system is crooked.
I'm livid to the fact that this keeps going on because think about George Floyd, think about Breonna Taylor, think about Rayshard Brooks.
Well, I just think protesting may or may not help make people aware.
We've just been thinking about all the times that this has been going on over and it's just all the cases that, we may not know about.
I am worried, pretty much.
Hello, listeners, and welcome to the Bubble Chat. We hope you're all having a good day. As you may have noticed, Eve is out this week, but she will be back with us pretty soon. To those who have subscribed to us, welcome back. And to those of you who are new, we welcome you all to the Bubble Chat. So by now, I'm sure you're all aware of what happened to Tyre Nichols. Authorities of Memphis have released footage from the unfair death of Tyre Nichols at the hands of police. On January 7th, Tyre was pulled over for reckless driving in accordance with police. He died in a hospital 3 days later. Since then, the officers have been fired and are facing charges of second-degree murder, assault, and kidnapping. After the footage has been viewed, Shelby County Sheriff Floyd Bonner claimed that the actions of two additional deputies have been relieved of duty pending an administrative investigation. The 5 officers that were involved in the beating were African American, which is the same skin color as Tyre Nichols. Does that make up the fact that the officers are Black make you think of this situation differently? Because they were arrested since the incident, and the white officers who murdered George Floyd, Daunte Wright, Breonna Taylor, Rayshard Brooks, etc., respectively, were arrested weeks to months after. What are your thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's just a nightmare. And of course, the system is crooked, especially when it comes to a white police officer versus a Black one. I mean, it's just a known fact. But I feel like they should be punished. And even though, it took them forever to prosecute the white officers, it doesn't matter. They still should be prosecuted ASAP.
Oh boy, there are so many emotions, running through my head. Shock, sadness, anger. I have I had to take a pause in bed after seeing that footage, and I was really disgusted by it. And I just want to warn the viewers that I'm gonna try my hardest to not raise my voice to where I'm mad, but if I do get to that level, which I probably will, please do bear with me. But this is really sickening. This is something that has been going on since day one, and things have to change. I don't understand. I still don't. I will never understand this hatred that comes from police who are committed to take an oath to protect and serve. And I'm just livid. I'm livid to the fact that this keeps going on, because think about George Floyd, think about Breonna Taylor, think about Rayshard Brooks, think about Daunte Wright, think about all of these innocent Black lives that have been murdered at the hands of the fucking police. It is just completely unacceptable, and we're not. and we're not going to understand at all. We just need to do better. We just really need to do better. Any other thoughts?
No, I totally agree. I don't know. We've been saying we need to do better forever, but I really don't know the answer to this disgusting hate. And the fact that these gentlemen were Black, and the officer actually took pictures and sent it to friends and coworkers. Like it's just mentally illness to me. Like I can't imagine just being that evil. So it's very sad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And according to the footage, the last words that he that the last word that he said while he was beaten was his cry to help from his mother. I can't even begin to fathom that fear of when he was being beaten, calling for his mom. Because as a son of you, mom, as a son of you, as a son of a dad, as a older brother of a younger brother, as a grandson of a grandmother and grandpa, and these are police officers that are supposed to commit the oath to protect and serve. We've been seeing this going on since day one, and shout out to Shan, because when I was talking to her on the phone 3 years back when we were talking about the murder of George Floyd, and I think I've told you about this on a bubble chat before. Back in the day, the ancestors, our ancestors, not our ancestors, but the African Americans tried to explain to the judge that there was an unfair murder happening, and there was no proof, because they didn't have cameras or phones back in the day, and now we have footage. Because the footage has been sent out to the police for the whole world to see, to show the whole world that we are fed up.
Mm. While you say that, I just hope that you are never confronted by a police officer or mistaken for someone else. But even if you do, I've told you how to pretty much deal with the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me, run it back. How would you, if you were approached by a cop and they just ran up to you and say, get down now with the guns drawn, what are you going to do?
I'm going to put my hands up, and I'm going to say that you told me to tell me that I am autistic, and I am innocent, and I have no weapons on me, and to keep my hands up until I was told otherwise. That's pretty much all I know, but I know those are the steps.
Yes, make sure you keep your hands up and follow those rules and let them know I am autistic. I'm trying to, I can't even imagine you having to go through this, but you just never know. Right. Just follow their directions. And if they were to start hitting you, mm-hmm. just try to relax your body and just pray. That's all you could do. But we're praying that never happens, and you stay, around other people, and you be careful at night or whatever, and you just stay out the way. But if anybody starts hitting you, try not to scream. Just relax your body and just pray. Just start praying hard, and you can pray out loud, and just do that. And that's all I can say. But like I said, hopefully that'll never happen to you, and you just stay out the way and be careful.
Yes.
Tyre Nichols was a FedEx worker and a father of a 4-year-old son. Mr. Nichols has been working for FedEx for 9 months and would return to his mom's house every evening for his meal break. Tyre was 29-year-old when he passed. Tyre even had Crohn's disease, which is an autoimmune condition that causes chronic inflammation of the gastrointestinal tract with common symptoms consisting of abdominal pain, diarrhea, fever, fatigue, bloating, and blood in the stool. Tyre was a skateboarder from Sacramento, California, and then came to Memphis before the pandemic. The last words that Tyre said was his call for help for his mom, which was a similar case with what happened to George Floyd after being fatally killed by the police. How unimaginable do you guys think it is to hear that Tyre's last words were a cry for his help, especially to his mom? Yeah, this was very, very, very sad. We have to continue to pray, and we have to just stay positive. This Tyre thing happened a month ago, and I know everybody heard about it. And we don't forget, and we continue to pray.
Yeah, we never forget. We never forget. I think it's unfathomable. I think it's just pure sad. And I was like in shock to hear that, and I've been trying my hardest, because it's just this is problematic situation that's been going on in our country, and it's just never wants to stop. I have been me as a son of a mom, as a son of you, Mom, I really can't imagine what my reaction would be if I were to be attacked by the police. Is calling you out for help, and I know you honestly can't imagine, but just like I said, just try to relax just try to relax and pray. I've been examining on cases like this since day one, since the first time I heard about police brutality. The first time I heard about police brutality was in the case of Michael Brown, almost 10 years later. And the fact that these officers never got off scot-free until recently is just evil. It really is evil.
It is. Okay.
What about your thoughts? At least any real quick thoughts?
No, just the fact that we need to continue to pray for his family. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we will be discussing about how his family spoke up about the incident. We will be right back.
Welcome back to the Bubble Chat with a continuous discussion about the tragic murder of Tyre Nichols. Hundreds of protests marched through the streets of Oakland on January 29th, demanding justice for Tyre Nichols. The Anti-Police Terror Project organized the march and rally in Oscar Grant Plaza after the body cam footage has been released. What are your thoughts on the situation, and why do you think that protests may have helped the situation, even though it's not going to bring back all of those people who have been fatally killed by the police?
Well, I just think protesting may or may not help make people aware of how serious this is, and hopefully make police officers think twice before they, decide to do such an evil act. But it is really out of hand. You would think after watching so many brutal situations, such as the police brutality, you would think that would be like a red flag for any police officer to even begin to be so evil. You would think they would think first, being afraid to go to jail, being afraid to, lose their job and all of that. But obviously it's not. It's almost like a demonic force. So it's just really bad.
Here's the thing. Thank God, that we have cameras, so that way we can see it after it's being recorded. But I feel like personally, at the same time, we just been thinking about all the times that this has been going on over, and and it's just all the cases that we may not know about.
Right.
And I just hope that we continue to fight for what's right, especially for our country. And and we just need to continue to pray. We just need to continue to fight for what's right. And although what we're doing right now is not going to bring back Tyre Nichols, and the pain that the family is going through right now won't ever be faded away. But we must continue and to pray and to continue to fight for social equality however we can. And I think that's the most important thing that we can do as of now, And, because one thing I know for sure is that we're not going to sit here in silence. We're not going to sit here and pretend that this is not happening, because it has been happening for ages, just like Annie said, we're not gonna like ignore talking about what's been going on and what has been going on and what's going on right now.
Okay. Tyre's family and attorney held a press conference in anticipation of the video footage of Nichols' beating. According to Business Insider, Tyre's mother, Rovon Wells, claimed that she has not viewed the video, which was then released to the public later by Memphis officials. But she recommended that parents not to show. She recommended that parents not to show their children as if it was unimaginably horrific. Rovon's claim at the city's Mount Olive Cathedral Christian Methodist Episcopal Church. No mother should go through what I am going through right now to lose their child, to the violent way that I lost my child. After the beating and during the time that Nichols, I'm sorry, I lost it. Wait. Hold on, Trevon. I was trying to read this from my cell phone and I can't see very well. Tyre's family attorney held a press conference in anticipation of the video footage of Nichols' beating, according to Business Insiders. Tyre's mother, Rovon Wells, claimed that she has not viewed the video, which then released to the public later by Memphis officials. But she recommended that parents not to show their children as it was unimaginably horrific. Rovon's claim at the city's Mount Olive Cathedral Christian Methodist Episcopal Church: no mother should go through what I'm going through right now to lose their child, to the violent way that I lost my child. After the beating and during the time that Rovon had a feeling that either he wouldn't make it or become brain dead. This is a similar case to when Mamie Till held an open casket funeral for her sons, Emmett Till, to the public. Guys, why do you think it took bravery to have Rovon have the video released to the public by Memphis officials? I'm sorry, I'm reading from this tiny cell phone. And my apologies, I can't see.
I think she just wants to show the whole world that this has been going on for way more than enough, And about the Emmett Till case, for those who may have not known, Emmett Till was killed because the officers, I don't know if it was the officers or the white people, but all I know for sure is that Emmett Till was whistling at a white girl and calling her baby, which then caused for him to be kidnapped and murdered. So that's why I believe that her mom, Mamie Till, wants to do an open casket case funeral to show the world. And I think that's what her mom was trying to do, to have the video released by the police, so that the whole world can see it on social media, and I'm just, oh, I'm just, glad that this video has been shown because millions of people have been watching it. There are no words to this day, and I think it's just something that we just need to see keep going.
Okay.
Wait, what about your thoughts?
I am worried pretty much that it won't get better. And I want to be optimistic and I want to sound positive. But you would think by now this would be much better, And it's just like nobody remembers. And, I just feel like I keep repeating myself about how I feel about it. But once again, all we can do is try and stay out the way, be careful, and look out for anybody when we're in public. If you see something going on, if possible, to record, do whatever you have to do, but stay out the way. And just continue to pray. And hopefully this will get better. It's just really sad.
Yeah. Well, as of now, new documents have revealed more about the case against 5 Memphis police officers that are charged in Tyre's death. The officers have been accused of not activating their body cameras in addition to sharing a photo of an injured man. According to NPR, President Biden hosted Tyre Nichols' parents at the State of the Union. I hope I said that right. Juana Summers claimed that NPR's law enforcement correspondent, Martin Case, has been viewing newly released documents. What do you think about this?
Honestly, I really don't have any thoughts.
Yeah, I think these new documents, I don't really know much about I really don't know much about this. But at least the more we know about these new documents that have been released as of now, the more we started to realize what was actually going on. And I just think, as a human being, we need to stay updated of what's going on because, I think, a lot of times, a lot of times the government does a little bit of something to make us satisfied, but we're really going to be satisfied once those officers have been charged like right away. I don't know why it's been taking so many days, so many months, even so many years. Like I remember back in 2018 when I forgot what this girl's name was, but she was killed at the BART station. She was stabbed and back 5 years ago. And in 2020, the murderer has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. And this is and just like how the pain the families of Tyre Nichols is feeling right now, the fact that this person who killed this girl, like I said, I forgot her name, but I do know what was going on back in 2018. That can never relieve any of the pain that her family has been going through. And I just think it's sickening, and we just really need to do better. And I'm like getting sick and tired of it. I'm getting sick and tired of having to get on my phone to hear another tragic loss at the hands of the police. I am sick and tired of having to get up. I am sick and tired, and I'm just livid. I am livid to the fact that we've been having to get up early this morning to watch more videos of this, to hear more news about this. It really is sickening, and we just need, and something needs to be done. Something needs to be done right now. We will continue to learn about racism and police brutality in our country, and we will continue to fight for what's right and stand for justice, equality. We send our prayers and condolences to Tyre's family, loved ones, and anyone affected by this tragic loss. But honestly, I think everyone is affected by it. but we do know that this conversation does not end here. Let's keep this conversation going by letting us know your thoughts on the situation. Here on the Bubble Chat, we are committed to raising awareness and hope to cease police brutality and bring justice for Tyre Nichols. To conclude today's episode, we would like to honor Tyre Nichols with a moment of silence.